I've just released my second book in a fiction for teen and middle grade readers. I released the paperback. I was going to do the ebook around Christmas time. I decided to wait till 2018 after reading some of the comments on the blog.
Right.
And so now I'm thinking about maybe waiting 3 more months to do that pre-release and try to build up an email list to sell it, because maybe it's silly I wrote a second book. The people I've sold paperbacks to love it. I just haven't sold much for ebooks.
Yeah, personally,
I've been doing my...
I'm of the opinion that like you should launch early, because I think sometimes it takes 3 months just to figure everything out. It's like if you wait 3 months to build a list, and then the first time you publish, you know, your description isn't great or your cover isn't great or whatever, and you find that out like later, I think it's better. Like if it were me, I would put book 1 on permafree for 3 months, and I would play with the covers and the description until like it's really working. You're getting a lot of downloads, and also because if people are getting the first book for free, you could have book 2 up on pre-order already, and that could be making money and building your list. Like a lot of stuff could be happening rather than like, and also because if you're not publishing now, that means you need something else to give people to get them on your list. So you need to be building your platform with something else, and maybe you don't have something else. But if you already have book 1 done, you could like that could be building a list for you and getting visibility for you for free, basically. Like you could put it out there for free. You could be building your list. It could be pre-selling the second book in the series without you really doing anything. So you could be focused on finishing book 2. I mean, that's kind of the funnel that I prefer, because I'm lazy, so I don't want to do advertising or marketing or whatever. I would rather just give it away for a while. Personally, that's what I would do. The alternative is, yeah, to put up like a sample of book 1, or maybe on InstaFreebie or BookFunnel, and to run ads to try to get people into your funnel to read book 1. But like you'd have to spend a lot of money on ads to try to get enough sales of book 1 to get enough reviews. It's easier. And if it's a perma-free book, also especially if it's the first book in your series, the longer it's on perma-free, the more people who downloaded it, the more reviews you'll get. So if you put it out for free for 3 months, you may end up with 20 or 30 reviews. Whereas if you just launch it in 3 months, you may still have to fight, for every review, and it's really hard work. Whereas if you launch it with 30 reviews, you're in a much stronger position already.
Are you talking about putting the first book perma-free and building up the reviews for that to sell the second book, right?
Yeah, and when I say perma-free, it doesn't actually mean like forever. It doesn't mean permanently free. It just means you can set it for free for a couple months, just because you're going to get more downloads, which will mean more email opt-ins and more reviews. So especially when you're starting out and you have to fight to build any kind of a platform, a perma-free book is just easy. Later, like once book 2 is out, you can take it off free. You can put it back to 99 cents or $2.99 or whatever. It doesn't have to be free forever. But in the beginning, if you don't have a platform and you don't have a lot of reviews, you can't sell it anyway. So it doesn't matter what you do. It's just easier. It's easier to give the book away for a while, not forever, but for a few months. So that's personally what I would do, because otherwise you have to like build a platform without that content, without using Amazon, like just using opt-ins and ads and organic traffic. It's a lot more work, I think. And it can be done.
I have been playing. Yeah, I have not made it free yet, because I took it off all the other markets and I have to put it back on there to make it free and have Amazon match it.
Right.
But I did bring it down to 99 cents, and I've been watching my categories over the past couple months because it's made a big difference. I'm still not high, but like one category I ranked 200 where I used to be a whole lot higher.
What's your book? What's the title?
Noah Drake and the Dragon Killer.
Okay, that's a great title, because dragons are hugely popular. In 2018, dragons are like the #1 keyword, so that's helpful.
Cool.
I'm going to write some dragon stuff too. I actually have like an angel romance, a fallen angel romance series, but the first book is going to be about dragons, because that's like dragons are the more popular keyword. They're way more popular than fallen angels, so I want to get people into my series. Okay, so yeah, I can see it. I think you asked for feedback on the cover and stuff before. So I'm looking at, you already have 10 reviews. That's good. The Kindle version's already up. I thought you said you were waiting for the Kindle version, but it's already up.
Now, Book 2, I've been waiting on the Kindle version. I was gonna maybe do a big release in March for it.
Yeah,
But the paperback I released.
I would put book 2 up on pre-order with a link in the back of book 1, because also, like, it's hard to make money with the 99-cent book, but if you have a link in the back to pre-order book 2, you'll make more money. So you can spend more money advertising book 1 because some people will be buying the next book. So if you're making more money in the funnel, you can spend more money on advertising, which means more readers are coming in.
True.
Yeah, and also because when you launch it if you just launch it, you're starting off from zero, and you won't have any also bots or anything. If you put it up on pre-order for 3 months and it's getting some sales, you'll already have some also bots populated, hopefully for book 2, so that when it goes live, it's already in a stronger position. And if
go ahead.
I was going to say, if you want to do the trick where you also publish the paperback early, then you could start getting reviews even while the Kindle book is on pre-order. If you have the paper book that you made available, but then you made it unavailable, so they can't buy it, but they can still post reviews on it, so that when your book actually launches, you can have reviews already. The alternative, like if you don't do it that way, you have to send out ARC copies to your list early and then remind them to review immediately as soon as it launches, which is still possible. It's more effort and it's easier just to kind of it's easier to give yourself a lot more time than to just try to do it like, I'm just going to launch it now and I'm just going to make sure everything happens. You can be really organized and do it that way. I think it's harder.
Now, book 2 is already published. Is it okay to keep it published in the meantime and not have the ebook published?
Yeah, I would.
I mean, I can take it back off. But
I don't see that, like in the Kindle version, you haven't linked them together with the series, right? Or maybe you can only do that with the Kindles. Because normally, if you have a series, you can link them together.
I guess I haven't gotten that option yet.
Maybe I'm not sure on CreateSpace if you can even do that the same way as you can do with Kindle books. So maybe that's why.
Okay.
But again,
as far as I was going to say, as far as also bots, have you heard of, I think it's Yasiv.com, YASIV?
Yeah.
So I found that this past week or two, and the first book has like no links. So apparently I'm not linked up with anybody on also bots, so I've got to work on that.
Yeah, the problem with Yasiv, like it's great to tell you what your also bots are, but it doesn't help you to decide what they should be. So you really need to take control of your also bots and decide, who are the best-selling children's dragon.
I got a bad connection and totally lost you.
Oh, so you have to decide like who you want to show up next to, and you have to make that happen by building a list. Like you would build a list around dragon books for kids or teens, and then build the top 10 dragon books for teens of all time, and then build a list around that with a giveaway, and then try to get people to buy those other books. So if you're cross-promoting the other authors so that the people who buy your books, you're also recommending these other books, that's how you can, you want to be deliberate about the also bots. You don't just want to wait and see what happens. But also, if it's a paid book for 99 cents, your also bots will show up a lot slower because you won't be getting many sales. Whereas if you put it perma-free for a while, those show up also for, even though it's also bots, even though they're not buying it, if they're downloading your book and they're downloading other books as well, those should show up in the also bots, which again is why I'll usually launch, even if it's not a full book, I'll usually launch a sample, a part of a book. For 3 months, I might put a book up on pre-order if I had pre-order privileges, which I don't, but I'll be getting back soon. But I would be giving away, I would put it up on perma-free for a while just to populate the also bots and to get the Amazon page working and ranking really well. I'm a big fan. I don't know. I like perma-free just because I think it's easy, especially if you don't have a platform. Later, I don't really need to do perma-free books anymore. But if you don't have a platform and you're not selling books, it's just easy to start off, especially for the first book in a series, to make it perma-free for a while. That's not necessarily something you have to do. Like you said, you would have to go back on other platforms. And I think it looks like you're already in Kindle Unlimited right now, so you can't do that anymore. Anyway, you could do a free campaign. What I would probably do is do a book giveaway with other similar books that you want to rank next to, build a list with that giveaway and then do a free campaign so that you give everybody on that list your free book. Because in Kindle Unlimited, you should have some free days. I don't know if you've used them already, but you'd have free days. So you can start, like you'd build a list for other content, for other best-selling dragon books in your genre that readers want, and then you'd offer them your free book on Kindle Unlimited or on Kindle later.